They're turning theirs on, so.
Tom, can you hear us?
Yes,
Okay. Why did
thanks.
let's see if Tom, will you say something again?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Is that not coming out over?
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Did you change your inputs?
Well, it's gotta be. I mean, you got the.
I did the testing on my end.
Let's see what it says. It says the LG for.
So it's gonna be.
Well, if we do that, say something again, Tom, please.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No, that didn't make a difference.
Or not tourism, but that Route 67 boots. And it's gonna.
Why is that doing that?
Occasionally, they might need to just maybe. But like during the red cell tomorrow, he's going to just go sit in the office.
I mean, it's
So if they have. essentially-
HDMI.
Oh, so he's gonna sit in the. The only thing we're doing 2 hours or something.
Who else coming in? Councilman.
They're the only three that I've seen so
Chris is coming.
Okay.
Are we letting them in or, because we just have it all on Zoom?
On a closed session.
Oh,
Well, we're gonna have audio problem.
No.
I mean, we can still hear.
Busy day.
Yeah.
Busy day every day. Anyway, it's kind of fun, so.
Why would it, that doesn't make any sense. But maybe it's a Zoom setting. No. What's this? No. Okay, hey, Tom, will you say something again?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
There we go. Thank
Good
you.
work. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
This is all.
it'll be on
advanced
YouTube
than the
anyway.
last time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things. Is your wife calling in or is she coming with it? No. Oh.
She was with me, but I took her home.
Michael,
Oh.
do you need me to test my microphone too?
Jeez. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit.
I think
We're awake.
I
It
think
must
you
have come
tested.
through loud.
I think it may be because Tom has the headphones in.
Maybe, yeah, we may have to kind of adjust volume as we go along.
Leads on.
So Miranda, you will have to remind them that their camera has to be on at all times for them to be considered private.
Yes.
The council makers.
So on the stream, it's showing Tiffany, or Tom, us, Dan, Alan. Those are the only people that need to be shown.
The council members need to have their video on and the mayor. Anyone else who is on there, please keep your video off.
Where's Chris?
Chris said he may be 5 minutes late.
And
So
who's the other person missing? Jana.
Jana, has anyone heard from her at all? I do not know. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we do have a quorum.
Everybody's shown that needs to be shown, so that's good.
Miranda, did you say that Jana was, what'd you say about Jana? I'm sorry.
Michael, you're.
I just texted her and
We were asking if anyone had heard from her, if she would be joining.
Let me reach out very
I
quickly.
told her I already did.
Tiff, or.
Oh, she's
Tracy.
waiting to be let in.
Oh, no, just kidding, she's right there.
She's in.
She's good?
Yes.
Okay.
There she is.
Oh, there she is. I see her.
That was funny, because it went right up to the screen.
Oh. Do we want to shut that door before we start the meeting? I just didn't know about the noise from people coming in.
If they're still moving stuff, I don't know.
That's a first.
Thank you, Miranda. I'm assuming you just saw my text.
I just saw it now.
Oh, okay. My
Okay.
Zoom wasn't allowing me to unmute my microphone.
I'm unmuted now too.
Tom? I'm getting them.
Okay, now it says I'm unmuted.
Yes.
Earlier, when I was trying, it went muted. I didn't click on it, but I got a message that popped up that said the host is not allowing participants to unmute. But I didn't unmute it, so I thought maybe that was a setting or something. But anyway, I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, that was the same thing mine was saying. I couldn't unmute my microphone.
Everyone should be unmuted now. I have it that way, so that way, we don't get background from anyone else tuning into the meeting. It doesn't have a microphone, so I don't know.
Okay.
So, Mayor, are you going to call the meeting to order, or do you want me to call the meeting to order?
Whenever we're ready, is everybody that needs to be, I heard somebody say
I think
Chris was gonna.
Yeah, he'll be a few minutes late. So I don't know
Okay.
if you want to wait, you can, or if you want to start and I can.
Well-
just coming in late.
We'll give him a couple more minutes, and if he's not here by 5 after, we'll go ahead and start. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. But I've got 4:03. So
This certainly brings back memories of
boy, doesn't it?
COVID, when we had every council meeting, every committee meeting, everything was on Zoom.
Doesn't it though?
Oh my gosh.
I don't miss that at all.
Yeah.
So who all is in the at the long table? I'm old and my eyesight's not great.
Looks like Terry, Tracy, and Lori are sitting at the table.
Okay.
Miranda's off to the left. And I don't believe I know who is sitting in the very back. I can't see them either. My eyes are old also.
Doesn't get any better, fellas. Just
I'm
saying.
telling you, the screen's too close for the bifocals and too far away for the top
Listen.
lens. So it's like I refuse to do the trifocal thing yet. not gonna happen.
I had it up. I mean, that's good, but it's- the only people that, like, well, yeah, that's what I thought, because that's Paul, is that Paul Martin?
Okay, well, I've got 4:05. If
I
everybody's
thought the attorneys were just.
in agreement, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order, special meeting for October 10th. Miranda, you want to call the roll?
You want to see, attorneys were supposed to be present?
Alan, were the attorneys supposed to be on here?
I believe they were going to try, but I don't know if that's Paul's iPad, if that's Paul Martin or not. But they do not have to be here. I've spoken with I've spoken with Tim and Paul. I have not spoken with Chris. After their meeting yesterday, they have agreed on dates, and I have those dates available for the discussion.
Okay, then I'll just go ahead and call the roll. Taylor is not here. Peterson,
Present.
Lees,
Present.
Heckmaster,
Present.
Snow,
Here,
Barlow,
Here,
Fosse,
Here?
Schramm.
Here.
All right, we'll move on to the only item on the agenda, and Alan, go right ahead.
okay, so after the attorneys met yesterday, they want to hold the motion hearing next Tuesday on October 15th, the date we had set for the motion to disqualify hearing. What we need to discuss at this point, we have the time set for 4 p.m. Do we want to have the hearing on Zoom? Do we want to have the hearing with the council at Water and Electric and all of the attorneys on video? Or do we want to have all of the council and all of the attorneys at Water and Electric on 10/15 at 4 p.m.?
Just,
And
okay, Alan.
go ahead, Tiffany.
Oh, I was just gonna say, it would be my preference to do it either all on Zoom or all in person. Depending on how long we think it's gonna take, I mean, I think that it makes a difference. If we think it's going to be 30 minutes, I would say Zoom is probably best. It saves all of the attorneys a drive down. It saves legal fees to everybody involved. If we're thinking it's gonna take 4 hours, it may be a different story.
I mean, I hate to say, my personal preference is always in person. I think Zoom is so difficult to get good back and forth, but I agree completely with the cost factor. So,
Well, in my discussions with with Mr. Engelmeyer and Mr. Martin, they agreed that we either have it all in person or all the attorneys be on video and all the council be live. But they didn't have a preference either way. They would prefer not to have to drive down here. They don't expect it to last more than an hour, but they said they were good either way. So I would entertain a motion and council can vote on it.
I'd like to motion that we do it all on video. And then to the time to be established separately.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Okay.
Lori seconded.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to do it all by video. Any discussion?
I have no objection to all on video. Again, either way there, but I think if it's not going to be more than an hour-ish or so, like you said, Alan, I'm on board with video.
Any further discussion? Okay, so Miranda, for voting, do we want to use our voting hands that we have on Zoom to raise our hands, or do we want to physically raise our hands to vote in favor of?
Just physically raise your hands. So
All
we
in favor, raise your hand and show it to the camera. All opposed? Motion carries. So next, do we want to continue to have the time at 4 p.m. next Thursday? Or Tuesday, I'm sorry, October 15th.
A motion that we keep it at 4 p.m. on Tuesday, the 15th.
Okay,
Second,
I have a motion and a second to continue the motion hearing on October 15th at 4 p.m. Any discussion? By video, I should say. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, show your hand to the camera again. Motion, any opposed? Motion carried. So the dates that they have given me that all three of the attorneys have agreed to for the impeachment dates are October 22nd, October 29th that we discussed the other night, October 31st, or November 4th. So I would entertain a motion for any of those dates.
I would rather not have it on Halloween because I have 2,000 trick-or-treaters.
Well, and I don't know,
The
Miss
20
Lisa, Lori, when will you be back from Mayo?
We switched one of his appointments, so now we have a phone visit one, and then we still have to go, but I could do the 29th or we should be back by the 4th and pending they keep him for another procedure or something. So I could do the 29th now or the 4th.
I would vote for the 29th. The 22nd is our regular council meeting. 3 o'clock, Carthage Water and Electric.
Okay, so you are saying
I make a
October
motion.
29th?
Yes,
Okay,
3
So-
o'clock.
That is
CWP.
our go live date for our software. And
But
they said that they'll start training us. We can come back on in the afternoon and they would start training us then.
That's right, the 29th is long.
Yeah, the 20, can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
This
Yes.
is Tracy. The 29th is our go live date with our software upgrade. So they're gonna start on the 28th at 5 p.m. and they told us not to schedule anything. They hope to have it done by noon and then they would be working with us in the afternoon. But it may be later in the day. So Miranda and I may not be available on the 29th.
So, does anyone have a conflict on the 22nd? I know that that's our regular council date. I mean, we can move that if necessary. And it may be better to switch that date out so that we're not conflicting with the software upgrades. And as Jana mentioned, Halloween is kind of a big deal, both on her street and on mine. It's hard to get, there's just a lot to prepare for.
so first, did I hear a second for Jana's motion for the 29th? I didn't hear a second. So having no second, I would entertain a motion for a different date or a different time.
I would say then we do it on the 22nd, 3 o'clock CWEP.
Second,
Do we have-
Okay,
Miranda, do we have anything on that agenda for this? I mean, because we're gonna have to reschedule council meeting.
Mhm.
Because there's,
I'm not aware of anything besides, that final plat. But I
Well-
mean, if we can move the council meeting to like that Thursday. I think it's gonna be postponed the next 2 weeks.
we can't do that. We just have to,
We can't close. I know.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second for October 22nd at 3 PM.
Mhm.
At Carthage Water and Electric. Any discussion?
I just, do you have for sure what was on the agenda?
I mean, we still have committee meetings to happen,
yeah.
so the only thing I have right now is the,
There's going to be some stuff on budget, on there, and there will be, I don't know about,
public safety.
Not trying to make it inconvenient for you guys, that's why. I was
oh, we
asking.
have the second reading of some stuff, don't we?
The final plat, that was the only thing under new business the other night.
Yeah, the final plats can't be postponed because their finding goes into effect on Wednesday. So we have to have our council meeting on the 22nd.
Could we do council meeting on the 21st and move public safety?
So if there isn't any reason we could do that after we vote on this date for the 22nd, then it sounds like we could just motion to move the city council meeting to the 21st instead of the 22nd.
Yeah, so the motion on the floor currently is that we have the impeachment hearing October 22nd at 3 PM at Carthage Water and Electric. Any further discussion?
Public safety is on the 21st. I don't know who all's involved in that.
It would be at 5:30 though.
Yeah, but the impeachment's going to be longer than an hour.
No, on the 21st.
They want to move the council meeting to the 21st after public safety. And have the impeachment the 22nd.
Chewy.
Get in a seizure on her bus, then take her up on ambulance.
So,
Pardon?
It does, it does to me.
I don't. Alan's saying something.
did he unmute himself?
Oh, Alan, you're on mute.
Callan, you're muted.
It wouldn't let me unmute. I muted myself because my dog was barking and it wouldn't let me unmute again. Okay, so the motion on the floor is that we have the impeachment hearing on October 22nd at 3 PM. Is there any further discussion?
We were talking about, public safety is on the 21st. Who all
I
came on
agree.
that and what is on the agenda for that day?
Well, we could have public safety on at 5:30 and still have regular council at 6:30.
I agree.
And change the claims and audits to 4:30, Monday, the 21st.
Yeah, we could do that as well.
They can take up public, all the comments from what they.
It's just. It's just so much. A lot.
I'm sorry, the discussion is very difficult to hear that's taking place in the room.
Can we vote on the 22nd?
I feel like you are moving a lot of meetings around and it puts a lot of work on staff, but that's just how I think.
Well, and I understand that this is, unfortunately, this is an unusual situation where we're working with constricted availability. You know, certainly we wouldn't want to make a practice of this, but I think for this particular instance, I mean, moving council back one day, I mean, I don't know how big of a burden that puts on you, but I mean, I feel like it needs to be done so that we can proceed with this impeachment hearing. I mean, this has been put off since June. And we need to proceed with that.
What is on, oh, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with November 4th?
What's wrong with November 4th? Has anybody got any conflicts then?
It's just very far down the road. I prefer November
the very
23rd,
next
or I
week.
prefer October 22nd.
To save from having to move everything around is why I was saying, because there's no conflicts on November 4th, right?
Right, and I understand, but we're moving 2 meetings back one day. And then public safety, let's see, so we're moving public safety
No,
to
I'm
the
just saying,
21st.
I was just asking because she's saying it does put more stress on them, so I'm wondering if we could all work together and maybe do the 4th instead to help that situation out. Then we don't have to move anything and we're still going forward and it's just a few days later than the first date.
I understand that and I appreciate that. I just feel like this has gone on long enough. Putting it back to the 4th, I feel like that's many weeks down the road versus the 22nd. We can then finally have the hearing and then we can begin to proceed as a city and start to heal again. I don't want to put it off for almost a month.
Can we take a vote on the motion?
So the motion on the floor is that we have the impeachment hearing on October 22nd at 3 p.m. at Carthage Water and Electric. Any further discussion on that date?
Terry has something.
Only if I may. Tracy just said she'd rather have the impeachment on the 29th then.
I will contact the company and reschedule that.
So, and remind me again, what was it on the 29th? We couldn't, I'm
Our
sorry.
software. It's our software. We'll just tell them that we have to be done by whatever time you guys schedule this for.
Okay, you want to amend your motion, Tiffany?
It's your motion, Jana.
Was it my motion this time? I'd
Yeah.
like to amend my motion to 3 o'clock to have the impeachment hearing at 3 o'clock on October 29th at Carthage Water and Electric.
Second,
Okay, so I have a motion to amend the current motion to change the date to October 29th at 3 p.m. Any discussion? This is to vote in favor of or against the motion to amend. So all in favor of amending the motion, raise your hand. Opposed? Motion carried. So now the motion is to have the impeachment hearing on October 29th at 3 p.m. at Carthage Water and Electric Community Room. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, show your hand to the camera. Opposed? Motion carried. Mr. Gold, did you have your microphone popped up? Did you have something to add?
No,
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry. Okay.
All right. That's
So-
everything on the agenda. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second,
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Carried.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.